detention centres, especially Villawood, right, being burnt.
Millions of dollars wasted, spent.
Basically, I mean, do these detainees deserve asylum in Australia?
Well, okay.
It's...
Is that the end of
That's
your
my
question?
question.
I don't know if do they deserve it is probably right. Well, okay, these particular people, they, as far as I'm concerned, what they've committed is criminal activity.
Thank you. That's exactly my point.
Okay.
If you burn a building, it's arson. It's a criminal
Well, it's not
offence.
a... No.
It is a criminal offence.
No, I'm not disagreeing. No, don't get me wrong. Pull your head in again.
Mr. Black and White's out.
The thing is, you cannot hold any government to ransom.
Yes.
And this is what they're trying to do.
That's exactly... You know...
That's the long and short of it.
Okay.
You cannot hold a government to ransom.
So my question is...
Let me put it this way. Do you know why they set the place on fire?
It doesn't matter why they set the place on fire.
No, but it's pertinent to
Why?
argument. They set the place on fire because their applications were rejected.
Oh, that bit. Yeah, I knew that bit. I mean, but you...
But therefore, seriously, what do they think is going to happen? Do they think by setting that place on fire, they're now going to go, oh, you can stay. We've changed our minds. Oh, okay, you're welcome into our country because we know you're going to cause more damage.
So what happens next?
You're
going to let them through?
You know,
Well,
and now that you've done it, everybody else will do it. Of course, we're going to encourage that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They set a precedence, but also
it's happening. Christmas
what makes you? What,
yeah, but they both happen at the same time. So,
but the thing about it is, if I come to your house saying to you, well, look, mate, I really want you to help me, yeah, and then I start to steal stuff from your house, well, you're not going to be welcome. It's just common sense. What are they stupid?
Yeah.
I think so.
No.
What I'd like to know is, do they speak English? That's another subject matter. We'll leave that alone.
But apparently they did have translators.
But
seriously, I mean, the question I ask is, some people. I mean, I read a survey somewhere, a survey somewhere on the internet asking a question: should these detainees be allowed to enter as citizens? Now, what a stupid question to ask, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, but see, what that is,
I mean,
what that is the growing number of bleeding heart liberals who will turn around and go, well, yeah, but if they go back to their country, they're fearing for their life. But the thing about it is, and the way I look at it, bleeding heart liberals, they're the ones that. You know, they're
doesn't really matter what party they're from. The fact is they're bleeding hearts.
That's it. They're bleeding heart. But in England, the bleeding heart liberals who will say, oh, well, these poor people in Villawood deserve a chance, yeah? And they're afraid to go back, and this is why they've done it. But the thing about it is, what I say is, if you then went on to let these guys who have committed this crime into the country, yeah? And you decided to say, well, okay, well, you can't do that. Would I go... Oh, I'll do something drastic. What will I do?
Well, last time they wouldn't let me into the country. I set the building on fire. Now they're not going to give me money, so I'm going to, blow up this building, or I'm going to go and, shoot someone. We don't know. How do we know they're not going to do something like that?
Yeah. But
kidnap somebody and hold them to ransom.
Exactly, because
it worked before.
But what it is,
you let one person in and let them get away with it. And others are going to follow.
It's like that government policy of you do not negotiate with terrorists, because the moment you negotiate with one, the rest of them will come out of the woodwork because they know that we can.
But it's not that. It also sets a precedence to the people who are within the country that, well, how come they can do something
and get away with it
and get away and I can't?
Exactly. I'm the everyday average citizen. If they've done something criminal, they have to pay a price for it. But these guys, they went the building. We'll come to some negotiation.
Let me now flip this a little bit. Okay, we're all in agreement that they shouldn't be given asylum. So on the flip side, what should we do with them?
Send them back to
okay, but
their
you
yourself,
one of you actually just earlier mentioned that that they're from a country that they can't be sent back because of the fear for their lives, that kind of situation.
I agree.
What do you recommend that should be done then?
The thing about it is, you should have thought of the consequence before you made that action. You must have known at that point in time. There is a court of appeal. If you are turned down for your visa, you can appeal. They can still appeal.
Well, I don't think they should be allowed to now.
No, I'm saying prior to this act, they could have appealed.
Yeah.
Okay, and your average bleeding heart liberal who's going to say, well, we should give them a chance, could then defend them. But at this moment in time, you've taken away all defence.
I totally agree. I totally agree. But what do you suggest we do then? Send them back. Send them back. Okay, I agree. I'm down with that.
You send them back.
Because you've got one or two options. You either send them back now, or you put them in jail and then send them back when they finish their jail time. So, but either
by then, hopefully they're back home. Their country is back to settle normal.
Well, this is
the cost of the taxpayer.
Exactly, but that is that second option of putting them in jail and then sending them back once they finish their jail time is hopefully then going to resolve that issue of that, we can't send them back to their home country because they could get killed for the fear of life.
Solution.
But that situation might be resolved by the time they finish their jail time, so then you can deport them back.
Now, this is my situation.
Once again, at the cost of the taxpayer.
It is, but
of course it is.
We can't help it because they let them in
the bill. But no. Look at what's happened. Look what's happened. They've burned down the detention centre,
which costs millions.
Which is going to cost millions to sort it back out again. Yeah. The hundreds of thousands, if not more, man hours that it's caused to now look after this situation and contain the situation, and then the millions it's going to cost for the inquiry that they're inevitably going to have to why this has happened.
Well, that's
just bureaucracy.
Bureaucracy.
But that's all going to be.
It's
bureaucracy, but it's all something that has been sparked off by 100 individuals.
Wow, it's mainly the three.
Well, this is what I was going to say.
The three that are not coming down, the three that are being denied, are the ones that are being denied.
Okay. These are the ones. This is what I'm saying. Now, it's a small minority who's causing these problems. It's a small minority that give a bad name to the
That's just ruined it for everybody else.
Exactly. Even in an everyday life out there, average citizen, it's a small minority that cause the problems. You have to pay a price for it. These three should be packed up and shipped back to their country saying, if you want to cause trouble here,
well, you should have thought of that.
Thought about it before. Get back on your boat, and we're going to take you on your boat. And
we're not going to put you on a plane first class.
No, whatever. Send them back. First class, cattle, back in the baggage area, whatever. But the fact is, you send them back to the country, and if people say, well, they could die, well, they should have thought of that before they caused problems in the country that was trying to help them.
This is another thing that annoys me. Okay, fine. We will take in refugees. We'll go through the process. But
that's not a problem because a lot of refugees that come over are seeking asylum. Yeah. They want to assimilate into the society they come into.
You mean their own society?
No, they want a lot of refugees.
Getting back to our multiculturalism.
No. I mean, I'm not going to digress, but there are refugees that if you say to them, well, look, we're going to take you into this country, and you're going to go and work in a rural community. And they assimilate into that rural community very happily, and they love it, and it's fantastic, and it's better than one that they had before.
Everybody's
and
happy.
Success story, rubber stamp, citizenship.
Approved.
They're going to become a good citizen.
Yeah.
Off you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But someone who's willing to be this extreme, is not going to assimilate into society.
Of course
I'm sorry,
not.
they're not.
Of course not. That's what I'm saying. It's only a small minority. So what's the harm in shipping them back?
There is no harm.
Then why don't they just do it?
No, it's human rights here because they're
what human rights? An average person, I go and burn a building and I say exactly. We already mentioned.
Yeah, we've already.
The difference is with your human rights will put you in jail. And it will put you in jail in a nice cushy jail in Australia, as cushy as jail can be, and taking away your liberty,
So
taking away what they're saying human rights is they will be sent back to a potential death. This is the whole human rights issue.
Well, the fact of the matter is they should have thought of that before they caused any trouble.
There's only one other option. And again, this is political. It's got nothing to do with human... what's the word?
All right.
Is that the time?
Yeah.
Gee,
quick, what are we going to say?
Well, no, he's going to...
let's wrap it up.
We'll go first and...
Okay, well, I think it's fairly safe to say that my opinion on this is very straightforward. Send them home. Anybody that causes that kind of problem doesn't deserve to be in this country or be allowed into this country. I don't care what kind of the situation is. If they're going to die back home, then they should have thought about it before they cause trouble here, because who knows what they're going to do if we let them in.
As harsh as Bruno is, I tend to agree. They have now cost the taxpayer, you and I, even more money by destroying the centre and basically taking up man resource hours within Australia. And you should have thought about that before you decided to burn down the building and cause such a ruckus. Yeah, hunger strike. That's you, just one person sitting in a cell, burning down the place. Well, that's a little bit different.
That's drastic.
Well, as JT and Bruno have pointed out, look, I agree. This is one topic that we probably agree on. Send them back. If those individuals who cause problems, send them back. They should have thought about it. They should have abided. When they came to this country, this is how you go into Villawood, you stay there, we process your case. If you fail, I'm sorry, you need to go back, or we will work something out.
Or
But
you
you
can
can't just
appeal.
hold the government to ransom. Simple as that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, there we are.
Oh.
With that pretty
Cut and dry that
cut
was.
and dry that was, wasn't it? Yeah.
But you know, I think sometimes you gotta